The southern slope of the Ossipee Mountains was inhabited by white settlers, the Lee family and others, shortly after the American Revolution, and soon grew into a tight-knit homesteading community. By the latter half of the 19th century, though, descendants of many of the original families began to move away from the mountain settlement, leaving tracts of land ready for a new owner, Benjamin Franklin Shaw. B.F. Shaw was born in 1832 in Monmouth, Maine. He was known as the inventor of the Shaw knit stocking loom and owner of the Shaw Stocking Company of Lowell, Massachusetts. In 1879, he began purchasing land in the Ossipee Mountains for a summer estate. Shaw eventually amassed about 350 acres, on which he built a large home, which he called Weelaka Hall, and a smaller structure known as the Lodge. Together, the two buildings could house up to 35 guests. Ossipee Mountain Park, as the property came to be known, soon earned a reputation as an idyllic summer retreat, and Shaw eventually opened his doors to paying guests. His summer home transitioned into an active hotel. In 1884, Ossipee Mountain Park, billed as the heart of the Ossipee, was open to guests from June 14th to October 31st, and rooms could be secured in advance for a week or longer. Guests arriving in Center Harbor made their way to the park by stagecoach. Visitors to Shaw's estate could hike through the mountains or along Shannon Brook to see the 7 waterfalls. Wooden bridges, named after members of the Shaw family, crisscrossed the brook and made attractive backdrops for picnics and the occasional photograph. Visitors also climbed to the peak of Lee Mountain to take in the panoramic view of Lake Winnipesaukee. These treks eventually became so popular that Shaw constructed a viewing platform on the site, called the Crow's Nest. Ossipee Mountain Park also became a destination for artists and writers. Of course, even well before Shaw's Hotel opened, the beauty of the setting inspired romantic descriptions from well-known poets. In 1849, John Greenleaf Whittier penned The Lakeside. The shadows round the inland sea are deepening into night. Slow up the slopes of Ossipee they chase the lessening light. Tired of the long day's blinding heat, I rest my languid eye. Lake of the hills, where cool and sweet thy sunset waters lie. In 1892, Lucy Larcom toured the region and published an article about her travels in the Ossipee Glens in the New England Magazine. Describing the site of Weelaka Hall, nestled between scenic points such as Red Hill and the Crow's Nest, Larcom wrote, "You gaze and dream, with the feeling one might have suspended on the edge of a cloud. There is earth below you, and you are of it, but not in it, having risen to the green threshold of a rural heaven." And perhaps unsurprisingly, Robert Frost spent a season in the Ossipee Mountains as well, although not as a guest of the Shaws. In 1891, B.F. Shaw passed away, and his daughter Jenny assumed management of the hotel. She sold the park and resort to Mrs. E.F. Pettingill, a New York investor, in 1899. Pettingill continued to operate the hotel into the 20th century, until eventually the land and buildings were purchased by Thomas Plant, and the era of the land before Lucknow drew to a close.